Evening. Last call at large downtown bars in Anchorage might come a little earlier if it were up to one municipal lawmaker. Assemblymember Patrick Flynn is saying enough is enough. After a string of violence, Flynn is concerned about the safety of patrons when they leave establishments after a night out. Fox 4's Whitney L.B. Miller attended tonight's meeting to learn a little bit more about his new proposal to change last call. Whitney.
Thanks, Megan. Tonight I caught up with Assemblyman Patrick Flynn to briefly discuss his new proposal for large bars in downtown Anchorage to stop serving drinks an hour earlier. He says chaos and large crowds hitting the streets all at once pose a safety concern for the patrons as well as the community. At tonight's hearing, Flynn introduced a new measure that he says will eradicate unnecessary violence and chaos that late-night serving sometimes causes.
So now you've got intoxicated, irritated people congregated by the dozens on downtown streets and no real way to control them. And so the idea here is a more measured wind-up to the evening.
The ordinance would require downtown bars with a capacity of 125 or more to stop serving alcohol an hour earlier than normal. Some bar and restaurant owners in the area have reported the ordinance wouldn't solve the problem and fear they'll lose business.
Some bars make the most money in that last hour, so they have economic reasons not to like it. But the consequence of that, of course, is they're inflicting physical and personal crimes upon our community, and we pay for that.
In the past, Flynn has proposed extending business hours for bars, but says public safety and transportation issues pose concern.
I frankly didn't want to have to take this step, but I don't know what else to do at this point.
He says the local bars need to take responsibility for a solution and says this introduction is surely a start. In the audience tonight, I spoke with a local restaurant owner who is not in favor of the new measure. He told me it wasn't fair for bars that follow the rules to suffer for the mistakes of those that don't. A public hearing will be set for this new proposal at a later meeting.
Whitney, rum runners close this weekend. What's the deal with their liquor license tonight?
Well, Megan, right now there's still no word on that issue. A hearing was set at tonight's meeting where they will discuss whether to renew or transfer the license. Patrick Flynn is against both. He says they shouldn't be allowed to cash out for their repeated wrongdoing.
Thank you, Whitney. That's Whitney L.B. Miller reporting for us tonight.